Oh,
Hey
hello.
guys.
I hit go, and we got our like 30-second countdown, and I
Uh-huh.
realized I had half of a iced oatmeal snack bar left. I was like, I can eat it in 30 seconds. And I was just like devouring the snack bar for the 30 seconds. And thankfully I got it all gone by the time the thing was done.
Well, I should have tried to take a bio break in 30 seconds, but I don't think I can manage it. So I might have to leave you alone for a second. But you're not alone because we have everybody. Hi guys. I miss
Yeah, it's
you.
fine. If you gotta go, gotta go.
You gotta go, you
It's
gotta
all
go right
good.
now. There's a Daniel Tiger about this. Okay, be right back.
Mm, okay. I'll entertain the peeps. How y'all's doing?
Baby?
That's right, Clinton. Good to see you, Clinton. Good to see you, Morbius. Yes, Clinton, it is the Jason and Win show today. We had oh, my volume is a little low. Could be that it's a little further away from my mouth than I'm normally. Is that better? I can also turn it up. I was just told last time I did a thing that my volume was too loud when I got excited. So I got excited and then I had to turn it down. So yeah, let me know. But Ron had a thing today. Michelle had a thing. Flo, I think, was possibly going to come on, but she has a sore throat and wasn't feeling well. So we're like, dude, just like it's all good. And so then it was like, do we find someone or do we just roll the two of us? I was like, you know what? I personally I enjoy the opportunity to just do like a two show. Doesn't happen very often, and I don't know. I think it's cool. It gives both of us a little more space, and you know, I don't know. The show goes to different places when it's just two of us sometimes. So, um, yeah. Oh, so you're just gonna compare us then, cousin of Jaw? I'll let you know how you are in comparison with Win. Okay. Well, got a 50-50 shot. We'll see how it goes. I am indeed in the garage once again because the contractors are still doing their thing. Hey, it's going to be amazing when the bathroom's done, but holy cow, I'm kind
Sound
of.
check, sound check. Hi. Hello.
Hey,
Sound
got you
check.
back.
Hi guys. Back.
Hello. I am very ready to like have the house back. And actually, normally I do this show upstairs because it's in our bedroom, but we have we have like a hallway bathroom that needed the remodel, like literally needed it because it was leaking out the siding. And so we were just like, all right, we got to tear this apart and just start over. So that's the main thing. And then in our bedroom, in my wife and I's bedroom, we have a half bath. It's kind of a weird, it's like a 70s setup. The sink is in the bedroom, and then the shower and toilet are in like a little half bath behind a
Mm-hmm.
door. And the way it's always been since we lived here, probably, well, definitely since the house was built in 1978, is that the door, when it opens into the bathroom is so small that there's like no room to move when the door is.
Mm.
And then you got to kind of like shimmy out of the way to close it. And when it's open, it blocks where the towels hang, and so the towels would get kind of musky. And then the
Yes.
window is right there too, so if the door's open, there's no light that gets in. And so we're like, damn it, let's just remove the door and do like a barn door sliding thing. And then that way the room is fully open. And so the reason I'm not up there today is because they're actually starting the process of the barn door thing, which requires some plaster and
Thank you,
other
baby.
things to patch up. So that's why I'm in the garage, a different angle of the garage from the other days that I've been in the garage.
With the chair and the light, it looks homey. If it wasn't for the garage door and knowing that you are in your garage and not in your,
Yeah.
like bougie hipster, because there's a lot of
Yeah.
houses in Denver that have the garage doors in the living room because it's a feature. You open it on like
Uh-huh.
sunny days.
Oh,
I
that's
wouldn't have done.
nice. I
Yeah,
like
that was
that.
one of the. Yeah, it is. Usually they have glass. That
Okay.
but I would believe that you're in a nice hipstery Denver house if I didn't know otherwise.
Well, yeah, I suppose it could be bougie, except behind me is a beanbag on top of a Pilates reformer with a door hanging on it. This is the hallway bathroom door that will
Oh
go
my
in
god!
once it's all done. And yeah, it's big garage door. There's a bunch of supplies for the remodel, and then a bed. which has another bed on top of it. It has an air mattress on top of it because the kid primarily this room was all redone for my wife's work during COVID, and so it's like 90% remodeled. The only thing that isn't is that the garage door still exists. And what we want to do is we want to actually wall that off and just have it be another room. And we'll do that eventually. But anyway, so really it's become like the kids hang out. Like when they have sleepovers, they just go in here. It's awesome because like we don't hear them. They totally have their own room. And
That's
it's huge,
wonderful.
and it's got like an arcade cabinet there. It's got a TV there, with Netflix and all that kind of stuff. And
do they use the reformer? Do they have Pilates classes? That's amazing.
They don't use the reformer. The reformer is here so that actually, really, the reformer is here primarily so that I use it because my posture is so bad. And when I do Pilates on a reformer, it actually improves my posture. And then when I don't, my posture kind of fizzles.
Holy shit, Jason, that's amazing. I'm sorry. I swore on the live stream. I think it's amazing. Like, just because I think that Pilates and Legree tend to be, let's be honest, tend to be women dominated
totally
exercises.
Oh, yeah. It's got an aura to it.
It's got an aura to it, but it's not a joke, y'all. Like, you've seen those videos of like football players and people who are traditionally very, very fit get on a reformer and they're just miserable. They're just miserable. So I think that's the bombest thing
because when you go to the gym, like the manly thing to do when you go to the gym is like pick up heavy weights and it's like tough through them.
Yeah.
And like Pilates is very internal. It's very like the little muscles on the inside that don't get much attention. They certainly don't get that that gross like weight attention, and that's the kind of stuff, at least for me, that's the kind of stuff that if that's firing properly, I sit up straight. I'm definitely not sitting up straight right now. I'm like reclined in probably a horrible posture, but
I gotta get back to it. No, that's wonderful. I think it's so cool that today TIL Jason, and now I like you even more than I already do, like at least 50% more, and that was already a lot to begin with.
Well,
so
thank you. I don't necessarily do Pilates entirely by choice. It is definitely driven by my wife, who says, I don't want to have to take care of you when you get older, so take care of yourself now. So, I'd have a lot less probably drive to use the Pilates reformer if she wasn't just saying things like that to me.
Okay. Well, I only started to agree because my physical therapist told me to, and she said, I will go with you to a class because I go to Agree classes.
Yeah.
And so that's the only reason, because I looked at it, I was like, God, that looks hard and awful. And I don't know if I have the patience, but yeah, anyway, it's a thing. It's a thing.
It is definitely a thing. And it's still right now, I mean, you can see it's definitely not being respected. It is it is being disrespected all over the place right now. But eventually the remodel will be done. Tons of this crap will be out of here, and the reformer will be freed up again, and then I will be expected to use it.
And then you'll get like 4 inches taller because then you're gonna be sitting just like ramrod straight and like this. Oh my God.
Hello and welcome to Android Fit. This will be the new shot.
That's the Pilates shot. That's the little Pilates shot.
Yeah, if I'm using Pilates, you can't even see my eyes because I'm sitting up so straight. Now I'm just like, what's up?
Oh man, life. Oh.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
That's the garage.
The tour, the garage tour.
The garage tour. I have 2 chairs to choose from. This one and one on the other side of the little pull-out bed in here. So this time I decided to go near the window. It's friggin' hot in here. So,
it's nice. Yeah. I like it. Change of scenery.
Morbius says kids need a place to escape to. That is true. That's true. And they love it. And you know what's awesome as a parent is when they have a place to escape to, they want to spend more time here. And, like our older daughter, she is sophomore. She's definitely of the age where like parties are happening and everything. And she's got more drive and desire to like go to things instead of be here. But we always provide like a safe place for her and her friends to come. They can come in here. They can, we don't let them go completely crazy, but we let them have the room, and they can use it pretty much how they want and everything, and as long as they're safe, then great. So
it's cool, and you give them some privacy, because I think it's always it feels like, again, as someone who doesn't have kids but was a teenager, I know it's a hard balance, like to balance out, like making sure that they have their space, but also just being a parent. So
totally,
you guys giving them that space is really cool. Like that's awesome. That's awesome.
And eventually, once they move out, then this becomes my studio. I think is the ultimate thing for me. So
I'm not sure if I should share that or not, because I know it'd be like kind of like bittersweet, like yay, but also.
But you know what? But that's also a ways away. Like my younger daughter, she's in 7th grade. It's like a lot can happen in 5 years, or 6 years, or whatever. Who knows where I'm going to be in 6 years?
Oh, preach truth.
Anyways, should we do a show?
Do you guys want us to do a show?
Should we do a show? We could do one.
We could do one. I mean, if you want. Hey, Marcello.
W says when I was growing up, we didn't have a garage, just a carport.
Oh.
Says I'm Gen X. Where was that? I'm Gen X, so most of my days were spent outside playing. Yeah.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Me too. I could say that until about until about 5th, 6th grade when I got a Commodore 64. Then I spent all my time inside.
Not too dissimilar over here. Somewhere around middle school, high school.
Yeah. Yep.
That could have also been a PC or something. Oh, we got AOL and that was it, or something. We got the internet.
AOL CompuServe. CompuServe. Okay, let's do a show.
Let's do a show.
I've got you on the opening and closing stuff. You good with that?
That's very good. I'm happy to do that.
Right. Well, I will turn off my camera, but not my microphone. I will, let's see here, put on the overlay and stand by. Here we go with the show. For show.
Good evening. This is Android Faithful, where every week we bring you news, hardware, apps in the wonderful world of Android in the year of our smartphone 2025. I am one of your hosts tonight, Huyen.
And I'm the other guy, Jason Howell. How you doing, Win?
Hi, Jason. It's been a little bit. Has it been a little bit? I don't even know anymore. We keep Swiss cheesing the schedule.
Yeah, the schedule. It's like it's kind of by design. Like we have enough people in the regular people in the rotation now that every episode has a little bit of a different configuration, which means if you have something coming up or if I have something coming up, we don't have to feel bad about bowing out. And so it's kind of nice, but it is, I find it hard to keep track of like who I saw last week and the week before and the week before. It's always different.
Yeah. I think all of us have had very intermittently very busy summers. You can tell that I've been very busy because I'm not actually wearing any makeup today. That's my big secret. Actually, if you're on audio, I'm looking fabulous as ever. And if you're on video stream,
noticed or said anything.
That's very kind. But yes, that is an indication of how busy I've been. No makeup. Ain't got time for that.
Me too. I didn't put on my HD makeup.
Oh, no.
1080p makeup.
Well, you still look fabulous. Fabulous.
Like thanks. Well, the soft lighting of my garage is smoothing things out for me. It's doing me some favors.
Oh, you guys.
Good to see you, Win. We thought today, so Ron is obviously not here. Michelle is obviously not here. They both had prior engagements. It was possible that Flo was going to be here, but she's feeling under the weather, not feeling too great. So we're like, dude, don't worry about it. And then when it came time to like pick a third or someone, we're like, why don't we just kind of roll just the two of us? Sometimes it's fun to do that. So that's what we're doing.
Yep. We're going to tag team it.
Whether you like it or not.
Hope you like it.
Yeah, I hope you like it anyways. Real quick, I'm sure there's things I'm supposed to say here, right? Or maybe you're supposed to say them.
Am I supposed to say?
I don't know. No, maybe we just say, hey, it's time for the news.
Hey, it's time for the news.
I don't even know what we're doing anymore. Okay, so I wasn't sure on a top story this week, but I did know that there were a bunch of, or at least a handful of Android 16 coming to your phone announcements or things of that nature. And so I rounded up a few of them. If you have some of these phones, you have something to look forward to. Android 16, kind of a big deal, I suppose, and it's rolling out to a few different places, like, for instance, with Nothing OS 4.0, which Nothing did at least a little bit of a teaser for. It's going to have a redesigned lock screen. It's going to have a new quick settings toggle. I wonder how much of this is going to be. Oh, It's loud. Sorry. Playing through my computer. How much of this is going to be dialed into the Material 3 Expressive thing, which is, kind of its own UI look and feel, but then nothing has its own UI look and feel. So I'm kind of curious if they do go the Material 3 Expressive route, how the chocolate and the peanut butter combine. You know what I mean? To make Nothing OS kind of unique and different, and so it doesn't look like a Pixel, still looks like a Nothing.
I guess that's a really great point. And also peanut butter and chocolate are a great combination. So we can only hope. But I guess there's small things. I think like one thing with Material Expressive 3 that actually got me excited is kind of the shapes. Like that seems like such a simplistic thing to say, but like the emphasis on interesting shapes and details and using that. And I guess you can kind of see if you're on the video stream, apologies, or if you're in the audio stream, apologies. But yeah, you can kind of see elements of Material 3-ish. But yeah, as you said, like Nothing already has a very strong design language on their own. It's very recognizable. So I guess it's always a trick, to kind of be both Android-y, but also your own brandy. And brand-e, not brandy as in the drink. But it's just interesting. I don't know. I guess you're going with ways.
Yeah, but I like what I see. I do like Nothing's design aesthetic. So, kind of what they show in their little teaser video looks good. Redesign quick settings. It's going to have support for the variable sizes and shapes that we have in the Pixel update that rolled out not too long ago. Enhanced contrast for dark mode, improved always on display options, whatever that means. I don't know what that will be. A floating app icon thingy, which you can kind of see, let's see here, right around here, which is meant for kind of multitasking sort of feature. So switching in between apps with a little floating button thing. How necessary, I don't know, but I'll withhold judgment until I use it a little bit. App optimization for smoother launches, app launches, that sort of stuff. An updated camera interface with a smarter gallery. So I have to imagine anytime you hear smarter these days, it's probably AI. An AI usage dashboard. I think that's kind of interesting, and I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing that on other devices, especially as so much of the storage, so much of the processor is so, designed entirely around, or maybe not entirely, but so heavily around the AI processes happening on the device. So, giving some sort of a window into what that means, on your device usage, battery impacts, that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Beta coming soon.
I like it.
And then Motorola. That's not all. You'll also see Motorola is rolling out Android 16 to its Edge series devices. So Edge 60 Pro, Edge 50 Fusion, getting Android 16, more custom design options. This article on Fandroid says that it's not going to be getting the live updates thing. At least it wasn't mentioned or wasn't shown off. So that's a little interesting. That's a feature of Android 16 that I think a lot of people are hoping for or want to see more of, and so it's weird to have the update but not have some of those features. Improved LE audio device compatibility. I don't know, a few things. I don't know how many people have this phone, but if you do, there you go. And then finally, we hardly talk about Sony these days, but Sony Xperia VII, or is that 7? Sony Xperia 1.7. However you pronounce that, getting Android 16. So they are not adopting Material 3 Expressive. They are choosing to stick with, I guess, their previous design language. So yes, Android 16, no Material 3 Expressive, and apparently the update is somewhat trimmed. Some people on Reddit have received it, and they're saying there's no support for live updates. Notifications will be more intelligently grouped according to them. But anyways, we're starting to get this. I don't know, when was Android 16 first release stable? It was like 3 months ago, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So
then we got the new
Pixels.
It's
trickling
out. So okay, so what is your daily driver at this point?
It is still the Z Fold 7. So
Z Fold 7. Okay.
So does it have? No.
Does it have? No. It's not Android 16.
It is Android 16. Wait, sorry. I always forget which. I'm not. So it's hard because as a developer, I kind of talk in 16s and API numbers.
Oh.
But as a Samsung user, I have no idea what the One UI. I think One UI 8 is 16. Am I wrong about that?
One UI 8 is, yes, it is confirmed to be Android 16. So the Z Fold 7 and the Flip 7, One UI 8.
They did get launched as One UI 8. Yes. So
doesn't necessarily mean Material 3 expressive through and through, but yeah.
No, and actually, and I guess to roll on to the next thing, if we're looking at, you know, some kind of like first looks at the next iteration of One UI, which is One UI 8.5, they might actually not be going so much Material Expressive-y so much as Apple Liquid Glassy from Jeff Springer over at Sammy Guru. Sammy Guru. Wow, why is that word so hard? Guru.
Sammy Guru.
Sammy Guru. Sammy Guru. All right. Well, Jeff over at Sammy Guru has some screenshots of One UI 8.5, and he kind of highlights a few things. There's nothing like too, I guess, snazzy, flashy, kind of making your eyeballs pop out of your head, but there are some significant changes. And Jeff specifically kind of had a video going over like the setting screen, and it's all very subtle. But if anything, everything is becoming a little more compact, a little less verbose. And Jeff notes that it's actually looking more like the iOS 26 more than anything else, with kind of more drop shadows, a little more spacing. Yeah, definitely you can definitely see drop shadows like under the keys and in settings menus. You know, usually you have things grouped into like little bubble groups, like multiple item bubble groups. So even those have drop shadows. And if you find a screenshot of the back button in one of these screens, rather than being kind of like an anchored, like left pointing chevron, I think it's actually, if you go up, Jason, it's the second or first on the bottom row of those four.
First on the bottom row, this one?
Yeah, that one. I think so. It's a little hard to see, but sorry, audio stream only listeners, but you can see like the back button is not kind of anchored into the screen. It's this little floating, I think it's translucent. I could be wrong. It's a little hard to tell from the screenshot. And to be fair, I am not that familiar with iOS 26 at all. So y'all iOS fam in the house who get a peek at this One UI 8.5 can tell us whether it's giving you Apple vibes, liquid glass vibes. But these are quite a bit of a departure from, you know, the kind of current One UI 8 design language. It's been a bit like One UI 7 was the last kind of huge overhaul, like the kind of like a big change in the feel of One UI. So 8.5, it's not like dramatic, but it is noticeable. And it kind of does feel like Samsung's still doing that thing where they are solidly in the Android family, but they want to appeal with their ecosystem, with their occasionally very iOS design centric choices to like a broader audience. And that's just my take on it. Jason, I don't know if you have any initial feelings on these little liquid glass-esque touches.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm not an iOS user. I haven't lived and breathed liquid glass since its release, so I'm not entirely familiar with it, other than there is the kind of like the very glassy, translucent quality, you know, again, bubbly, circular things and stuff like that. When I look at this, I don't immediately think of liquid glass, to be honest. I suppose so, but it doesn't go so far down that rabbit hole that it's like, oh my God, obviously they're ripping off Apple with liquid glass. Even though Samsung is, I think, want to do that. Often, you know, they borrow from each other. And so I wouldn't be surprised if we see more of that. Maybe the drop shadowy stuff. I'm trying to remember if I've seen that on previous Samsung, or if that's truly new, that kind of three-dimensional quality. But yeah, it's interesting.
It's subtle. I mean, and I can't speak, of course, iOS fam, you probably know and have your own opinions, but as I recall, a lot of very earnest iOS users are not exactly happy with some of the more actually liquid glassy things, like some of the refractive and blurry elements. So this feels like the idea of making it more tactile without trying to sacrifice readability and too fancy. Too fancy. First world OS problems, maybe. Oh my god, you guys, my liquid glass is just so unreadable, but
so liquid.
I can't see it. It's just
it's
anyway.
So super glassy.
It's not that bad, you guys. So, yeah. So I don't mind it. And like again, like some of the things, like maybe taking out some of the additional text, subtitles, and other things, kind of making it cleaner to read, is not a bad thing. So, I guess we're still waiting for it. But yeah, if you're curious, go over to Sammy Guru, check out Jeff's preview, and I don't know, if you happen to see it and have thoughts, let us know. Especially if you're an iOS fan person and think Samsung is swiping your shiz again. So
contact at androidfaithful.com. Tell us all about the shiz that has been swiped.
Trying not to swear. It makes it sound worse.
Yeah,
sorry, guys.
It's not getting any better the more we say it, so maybe we shouldn't.
Anyway.
If Mishal was here, guaranteed he'd be telling you all about December's Pixel Drop being previewed with Android 16 QPR2, Beta 2, I should add. And here's a few things to expect because, well, he wrote about it, as he does. He goes into a lot of detail. So what are we expecting in the December Pixel Drop with Android 16 QPR2 Beta 2? Oh, that's a mouthful. That's a lot of shiz right there. Customize icon shapes, so 5 to choose from. So you got your circle, your square, your 4-sided cookie, your 7-sided cookie. I love that they're referred to as cookies because it makes me want to eat a cookie. And an arch. Step tracking in Health Connect, which I'm kind of surprised that wasn't there already.
Isn't that like, I mean, basic?
Like basic? I don't know. I feel like I'm missing something on that one.
Yeah.
New API and ADB command for developers to test Android's dev verification checks.
Okay.
Is that good? I don't know.
I guess it's good if it's with all the new identity verification stuff. I guess having a tool to check that you're good to go is good.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
See, I just need you to put it into terms that sometimes when I read things like that, I'm just reading words and then I'm waiting to actually understand the words as they come out of my mouth. And sometimes it doesn't happen. Protection from SMS one-time password hijacks. And the way that it protects is that broadcasts and queries are blocked for 3 hours after that OTP is received. So it's kind of like it throttles it, so it can't just be hammered and figured out quickly, I guess. Do you like garbage collection, Huyen?
It's important.
Okay. You're a garbage collection stan?
Yes, especially automated garbage collection, which is very important.
Okay, well, apparently this is going to get some more efficiency, a new Android runtime algorithm. So there you go, around garbage collection. Okay.
That's great.
That makes sense.
That's great. Friend of the show, Ramangi and Chet Haas have talked about this at length. So I only wish that for some reason, for about 30 seconds, we can call upon them so they could explain to us how cool it is. But that is cool, you guys. It's good. It's good stuff.
We need to be able to call a friend and just dial them up and be like, explain.
Phone a friend.
See you later. Phone a friend. Yes. And then Health Connect's apps can now record and access weight, set index, and rate of perceived exertion. RPE is what that is for workout segments. So.
Oh wow, that's actually. How do they do that? That's impressive.
I don't know. That is impressive. That sounds impressive. But the biggest one ever was also reported by Mr. Mishal Rahman on Android Authority. Testing. So not necessarily there. I think this is the result of diving into the code, the code dumpster, as Mishal Rahman is a code dumpster diver, and testing a new feature to flip the order of the 3-button nav bar. No way. No, like they do on Samsung. So the 3 buttons down at the bottom. Normally we're used to the left being a back and the right being the multitasking. Now you can potentially, eventually swap it like you can on Samsung devices.
Nice. Choice is good. But so is muscle memory. So up to you guys.
Totally. Well, I guess if you're coming from Samsung and you're used to that, because it used to be, maybe it still is, that Samsung's default was the opposite. Well, it's the opposite to me because I'm used to Pixel's default, which is left side is back. Mm-hmm. But Samsung's default used to be right side is back. And so maybe this is, one of those things of like, see, you don't have to relearn. No, or you could just get into gestures and just forget about it.
Still mad about that one. for as many times as I backed out of something by accident. Yes, indeed, it is true that the back button is on the which one's the default for Pixel?
For the Pixel, the default is the left button is back.
Okay, yes, Samsung default is that. I can see it in the setting screen. It is indeed the flipped is default on Samsung.
Okay. So it still is. I haven't checked on it because I always set up with gesture now. It's been quite a while since I set up with a 3 button. So so there you go. Flip it if you like it. If you like it, you can flip it. If you like it and you want it on your phone, you can flip it. You must flip it. Oh boy.
Flip it good.
Sorry, this is what happens when it's just 2 of us. Plenty more room for songs.
Yes, and singing, and especially older songs. Circa 1985.
Yeah, but you did good. You're younger than me, but you still knew the "You Must Whip It." So
like just a little bit. I know. I luckily I know people think I'm just a little bit, y'all. I'm definitely older than Michelle. When Michelle's here, I definitely feel old. Compliment to Michelle.
We are a sliding scale of age on this show. Not by design. It just happened that way. Hey, what can I say? Maybe that's why so many of you love us. Which, speaking of you loving us, Patreon. This is the perfect time to talk about Patreon because so many of you love us so much that you support us on Patreon, and we love you when you do that. We love you if you don't. We think you're all awesome no matter what. But when you do support us there, it goes so far at ensuring that we continue this show the way we have and offering new kind of aspects to the show like after hours and all this stuff. So patreon.com/AndroidFaithful. If you want to show us how much you love us, you just go there and you throw your money at us and we will accept that. Thank you. It sweetens the deal for the show that we love to do each and every week. But we also have kind of another part of this is every week we do a patron pick, a patron news pick, and we publish it to the Patreon page. And you vote for your favorite if you are a patron. Anyone can submit the image. And this week we have this image. Who submitted it?
Who did submit that? Did Ron do that?
Let me refer to my trusty doc that does not mention. Okay. I have no idea. I hope it's Ron. If it was someone else, I'm really sorry. This was your one shot at podcast fame. And we have let you down. But someone did. It's a wonderful image of a bunch of Android bug droids out on the dance floor. Disco, one of them like half disco ball. That's pretty cool. Discoing, holding balloons and say Android Faithful patron news pick. Very festive. Yeah.
It's a very nice off the shoulder, outfit too for the lead Android. It's very fashionable. It might be channeling Jamie Lee Curtis in some movie. I forget.
You're right. It could be fashioned after Jamie Lee Curtis in something she wore in her lifetime.
Probably. There was a movie she was in with oh my God.
I mean, yeah, nothing's coming to mind for me. When I think Jamie Lee Curtis, I think Halloween, and this does not look like Halloween.
No, but she did do quite a few movies where she was aerobicizing and dancing with John Travolta. What was
that?
Is that my favorite? No, that was
Jamie Lee Curtis fitness movie. That was in the 80s.
Okay.
It was Perfect. Was that it?
Wait.
Yes, it was Perfect.
Really?
Right?
That's the name of the movie? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's funny. We are so off topic. I don't remember the movie as much as I just remember like the art of the John Travolta, Jamie Lee Curtis. I wonder if I'm betting that movie doesn't stand the test of time, but
I don't think it does.
Who the heck knows? All right, back on track. Okay. Back on track. Sorry.
This is what you get when it's just me and Jason.
This is just what happens. This is why I like doing 2-person shows because we have more room to just go in weird tangent areas. It's fun.
Okay.
So whoever you are that submitted this Jamie Lee Curtis inspiring image, thank you for sending it. And thanks to everyone who voted. I had to put a call out on social earlier today because the poll was tied. The top 2 stories were absolutely deadlock tied. And I was like, I'm not we don't have time to do both of them. So we only have time for one. So please break the tie. You all listened and you did it, and I can't thank you enough. You did not want to hear us talk about the article, I ran local LLMs on my Android phone. 28% of you did. Actually, all three stories are pretty closely voted. We'll talk about that a little bit later in After Hours. One of the two tying stories that almost made it but got edged out at the last minute, 35% of votes to if AI is Google's future for Pixel, 128 gigs of storage is simply unacceptable. Very thought-provoking stuff that we will talk about in After Hours for patrons. But the story that we will dive into is written by none other than Victoria Song at The Verge. And it's all about, I don't know if you heard, I don't think we talked about it last week because it hadn't happened. That's right. We may have talked about what might happen at Meta Connect 2025, but we didn't talk about what did happen. And primarily the big news of the event, Meta Ray-Ban display, a version of their Meta Ray-Bans with a binocular display. That's a display in one eye. Victoria Song says you can't tell that there is a display present when someone is talking to someone else wearing it, and that the other glasses that do this that she's tested, if you're looking at someone wearing it and there's something on their display, you can kind of tell as a bystander that there's something there, and apparently with this you can't. So that's interesting. 6 hours battery life, video calling, live captions, translation for speech. Meta AI, of course, is kind of the foundation, the AI foundational kind of model on here. Navigation capabilities, $799, available September 30th. Also integrates with a neural band for hand gestures using a technology called electromyography, which essentially reads signals from muscles. So you don't have to have your hand in the view of the glasses in order for it to know what you're trying to get it to do. It's literally picking up kind of motion information from the muscles, underneath your skin. So yeah, are you intrigued?
I am very intrigued.
Do you want to wear a pair of glasses that has a display in them?
I think that smart glasses in terms of XR and AR are the most fascinating thing to me. Just for the additional information, the contextual information. I am very still, just for myself and for other people, worried about, obviously always having the recording devices, but I know we have people are trying to learn mitigations for that. But I just think that's really cool. I think that there's something that is like, from Google Glass onward, there's something really interesting about having additional information. It's like right there. Especially for like translations and directions, as someone who is, I'd like to think I have a good sense of direction, but I really don't. Being able to like have a lot of that, and like, if Victoria Song says they're better, I really like the title of her article as well. I regret to inform you of how good Meta. That's paraphrasing.
I regret to inform you, Meta's new smart glasses are the best I've ever tried.
Yeah, I think that the most practical, $700 is not practical in terms of the price, but I think of the form factor that everyday people would actually take and find utility in everyday life. I love the idea of smart glasses so much. And so bullied a Meta on something that appears to be getting some moderate to really good reviews. So.
Yeah, it sounds like the people who have tried these out were really, really impressed. I think at this point, a few of us on this show, did you try out the Astra glasses demo? I
didn't try the glasses. I just tried the prototype Muhan they had at last year.
Okay. So. Yeah, because they had the glasses out for a very brief demo at Google I/O, and then I had spent probably like a good 30 minutes with it at the Google HQ at the end of last year, and so I got a really good sense. I felt after 30 minutes of what those glasses are capable of, what the potential was, the quality of the display. And I walked out of that demo really impressed. I walked out of that demo saying about those glasses, and I think I probably even said it on this show, some of the same stuff that Victoria's saying in this piece about Meta's glasses. And yet, Victoria has also experienced those Project Astra glasses. And so I'll be really curious to see like how it stacks up. I'm very, very curious there. Another thing she points out is when we are wearing these glasses, or when essentially there's a phenomenon or a phenomena is it when you're wearing the glasses and you're looking at information, that the person looking at you, like, yes, your eyes are facing out, but it's obvious that your eyes are not looking at them or looking at a thing. It's like there's a different type of awareness signal that you put off when you're wearing these things. And I wonder if there's going to be a reaction to that as these things become more prevalent.
I really like that. It is kind of one of those things that as we kind of get these more and more personal technology devices, from smartphones to now, how that affects our social behaviors and what is acceptable and what is not acceptable.
Yeah.
So I do think that's really interesting. And that is really cool that, as human beings, we can detect that you're not actually paying attention to me. It's really subtle, probably from like your facial posture to your eyeballs just kind of not being quite focused on the right thing.
Yeah. Or if you can't remember that person's name, but you have a vector to do it, but maybe that person knows that look. Oh, I know that look. You just looked up my name, didn't you? You didn't actually know my name, did you? Like that's going to be me. Like I'm going to totally use it and get called out for it.
Well, I'm excited. Yeah. I mean, I think, to be fair, and we'll just say I do echo a lot of chat's concerns about, of course, Meta doesn't always have the greatest track record with privacy. And I think that's always, we can always just say it, but in terms of just the straight up technology and the experience, it does seem like they did a pretty good job so far. But I guess we'll have to wait and see like the long-term usage and adoption and
it's the trade-off, right? Like they've got the resources, they for better or for worse, they have created and fostered some of the better, if not the best, publicly accessible and adopted example of AR glasses to date. The Meta glasses have been I would say a success where others have not been nearly as successful. Doesn't mean they're screaming it doesn't mean that everybody's got them, but more people have them. And I've talked to so many people who have them. I actually have them. I'm talking as if I don't. I have the Oakleys, the Meta Oakleys, and I don't find very many uses for them, to be honest. It's kind of like, so I don't know, like I'm going for a walk with my dog. Am I going to wear those glasses on the walk with my dog? Like, why? What am I going to end up using them for? Maybe I lack imagination, but I don't know. I'm going to Ireland though this week, and I'm bringing them with me, so maybe I'll have some opportunities.
There you go. Yeah.
So, anyways. Curious to play around with them when we can. Big thank you to our amazing patrons for voting, for participating, for supporting, and also thank you to Jared K. and Claude Stewart, 2 of our awesome patrons who we want to throw out a thank you to. You all are awesome. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we got lots of hardware stuff to talk about, including new earbuds coming from nothing, actually out, I think, from nothing. That's coming up here in a moment. All right, Wynn, lead us off. What's something from nothing today?
Yes, well, we have a little audio something from nothing, and like Ron and I both love nothing audio stuff. I'm using my nothing headphone ones, which I genuinely like, and I think both of us actually, holy crap. Excuse me, I have another pair right here. God, there's nothing stuff everywhere. So obviously not an unbiased opinion on my part, but if you are looking for your latest pair of premium earbuds and you want to like maybe ask Ron or myself, we might suggest that you take a look at the Nothing Ear 3, which is a $179 successor to the Ear 2. There's a lot of little improvements and one kind of big stonking new feature. The first thing you'll notice when you look at the case is this like partial recycled plastic and partial aluminum look that it has this here. The base seems to be like aluminum. The base that actually the earbuds sit in and charge in is aluminum, and the top is kind of clear plastic. It very much has that nothing vibe of like simplicity, but also being kind of liking that transparency, that kind of look into the innards sort of whatever their product is. And there are a lot of like little improvements across the board. The Stems are purported to be at a little more of a natural angle. There are now 3 directional mics per bud, a bone conduction VPU, and I'm so sorry, I completely forgot what the VPU does, but I believe it uses bone conduction to help with noise cancellation.
Is it a voice projection unit?
Voice projection
for
unit.
amplifying and projecting voices? Is that it?
Is it? I am so sorry, you guys. There was so many VPU. I left that out of my notes. What is a VPU? Okay, we're listening to Jason and I Google. Voice pickup unit. It's a voice pickup unit to see how well it can pick up speech.
Oh, okay.
So yes, so this means that because they're bone conductive signals, they're less likely to be affected by wind and other noises. Speaking of noise cancellation, nothing says it's new it's noise cancellation. A technology can reduce noise by up to 25 plus dBs. They have improved battery life over last year's model as well, up to 5.5 hours with active noise cancellation on, an additional 22 hours of charge from the case. They have a redesigned 12 millimeter dynamic driver. And kind of going back to the case again, it is aluminum and plastic with a nano injection fusion process. So there's actually no glue used to put together to stick together the aluminum plastic bits, which typically glue is like a sticking point, no pun intended, for repairability. But then again, so does a nano injection fusion process also sound like could be a issue for repairability, so we'll have yet to see. But the big thing with these is the quote super mic, which is a new feature. So in order to potentially improve voice quality of the Ear 3, rather than just relying on the mics that are in the earphones, there is actually now 2 microphones in the case, and there's a big old talk button on the side. So what can happen is while you're using your the Ear 3, in your ears to listen to a call, you can also kind of treat the case like a walkie-talkie and talk into it over. Like that sounds good. But yeah, and so the idea is that because the mics are like a better quality, and also that you can hold the mics closer to your mouth. Kind of think about your favorite YouTuber right now when they have their little DJI mics or their little Rode mics, a little thing. It's kind of that kind of vibe, to be honest with you, where you're just kind of holding the mic close to your face. And so hopefully, yeah.
I'm so confused. So is the idea that you would be wearing the earbuds when you're doing this, or is just the case has a separate?
Yeah, you be. I believe the thing is like you're wearing your earbuds, and you can switch to using the super mic. So you hopefully get better audio quality through the mic.
So it's like you're talking to someone on the phone. It's a noisy environment. Then you can just use the thing to
use it. Use that instead, so you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So there. Yeah.
That's interesting.
So
that's different.
Yeah. Using beamforming tech and just the literal ability to kind of move the mic closer to your mouth, it should be able to block out, but it should allow the nothing like earbuds to better block out, ambient noise and things that just aren't your voice. And yeah, it's definitely got, in several places it said it's got a walkie-talkie kind of vibe, because like there's a big button on the side that says talk. So it very much has that feeling.
Yeah, that's a very different. That's a very unique thing. People love to people love to make fun of the influencers holding the DJI mic thing.
Yeah, like right here.
I've done that, and the reason that I do that is because in very noisy environments, very windy environments, putting it on my lapel isn't good enough.
No.
And sometimes having it up here, like I'm guaranteed to get the audio. And so who the flip cares if it's like designed to be on your lapel? Hold it up to your mouth. So then when I think about this, I'm like, oh, that's actually really, really smart.
Yeah.
Because at least gives you a way to get better audio or closer up audio. That's really clever.
I like it. Yeah. It feels very nothing, where there's a slight analog physical feel to it, but it actually is a really interesting and a little bit of left of center, like is left of center the right phrase, but just a little bit out of the box. Matt Smith, who kind of reviewed the Nothing Ear 3 buds for Engadget, said he actually did notice a better audio quality when using the super mic. I have to admit, when I heard super mic, I figured there was just like a big A mic in the earbuds, but no, it's really, actually
a mic with a retractable arm that you like pull down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see nothing doing that too.
A Zoolander mic, you know.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, both. I mean, I've always enjoyed the quality of the earbuds. Oh, by the way, just one spec I did not miss. I did miss, but I would be remiss in mentioning is that, like a lot of cases these days, you can get a lot of charge out of a quick charge. I think a 5-minute charge will get you an hour of listening time on the Nothing Ear 3. So yeah, there you go. I mean, and I'm with you. I kind of like the vibe of holding up the DJI Rode mic to your face and kind of just talking. It has a kind of like not authentic, but it has like a kind of, I don't know, a scrappy feeling to it. So yeah. I don't know. I like the aesthetics.
I don't get the hate. I mean, I get the hate. The hate is, it wasn't designed to be. Don't you know how to use a lavalier mic? You're supposed to pin it to your shirt. That's how you're supposed. Yeah, that's maybe how it's designed. But you know what? Use it the way it works for you. And I have realized time and time again that method actually works well for certain reasons. And okay, so think that it's silly, but you know what? It works.
There you go.
And this is coming from a guy who I definitely consider myself an audiophile. You know, I went to school for audio. I'm like the perfect category of person to be like, those influencers, they're using it wrong. But like, use what works for you. At the end of the day, 100%. That's all that matters. Use it the way it works for you.
I like it.
Not because somebody told you not to. Or
exactly. Anti-influence.
Yeah. Don't be an anti-influencer. Well, I guess maybe it depends on the influencer, and maybe you could be an anti-influencer. Anyways, let's not go down that road. Let's talk about an Android phone that I recently reviewed for ZDNet. I just published yesterday an Android phone by TCL. If I was upstairs, I'd have a pretty over the top camera to show it off, but I'm not. I'm in my garage for video viewers. So I just have to kind of show you with this MacBook Pro thing. Check out this device because it is a mammoth. It's 7.2 inch display. It is the TCL Nxtpaper 60 Ultra. And kind of the reason why this is a big deal for TCL anyways is because the Nxtpaper technology is, we've talked about it before, it's kind of it's not e-ink, but it kind of has an e-ink quality when you go into a different mode. Like I just flipped a switch on the side, then it gives me this menu of like, here are a bunch of different ink-like modes. So I could go full, it's called max ink mode, and you'll see it'll turn completely grayscale. And it really does kind of look kind of e-paper-ish. Max ink mode actually puts it into a lower battery use mode as well. So it's meant to limit distractions and allow you to, jump into like your library and read, in this case, the Odyssey of Homer, which came on the device. So there you go. I could do that, but you can kind of see it. It looks a little like a Kindle. It looks a little like e-ink. It is not e-ink. This is an LCD screen, but with many layers of screen technology above it that do things like cutting out blue light. It has no pulse width dimming. So people who are very sensitive, I am not one of these people, but I know there are a lot of people that are very sensitive to their phones flashing, and a higher flashing rate means less likely to give you headaches or nausea or whatever for people who are really sensitive to it. This has none. It has no flashing whatsoever.
Wow.
So that's cool. There's just a bunch of things wrapped up in the Nxtpaper technology that make it unique. It has a little bit of a hazy quality if you see it in person. Like it's a high-res display, but it still kind of has this softness that's really hard to explain, and it's kind of hard to show on screen. But the colors are really nice. The display is really nice. It's meant to be the kind of large format display that you bring it with you. You can read a book. You're not squinting to use it. Your eyes feel better. That sort of stuff. It also has a T Pen, which you can. Which is the same technology that the S Pen uses. So it's not an active pen as the S Pen. Well, the S Pen does have a battery, but it doesn't have a battery for the pen aspect. There's like, I don't know how to describe this, but underneath, one of the layers of glass is kind of like electromagnetic field that when it comes close to the receptor on the end of the T pen, it does things like place a little icon over the top or whatever. So it has these like hints of active stylus capabilities, but it is not actually active. And so this has that. So in other words, this is like I think you can't get this in the US, by the way. It's only international, but I think if you were to convert it, it's somewhere around like $500. So it's like a kind of like a mid-range device. Yeah, 449 euros for 512 gigs of storage, 449 euros for 256 gigs of storage. But if you're looking for like a Note alternative or an S25 Ultra, that has the S Pen that embeds in it, this is a pretty solid alternative because you've got a larger screen. The matte display texture and the pen actually has kind of like a paper feel. There's a total texture to it. Yeah. So it feels a little bit more like paper, and the pen technology is excellent. 4,096 levels of a pressure sensitivity, different things like that. So it's got the display technology, that Nxtpaper 4.0 display technology that's very unique, and I actually really like it a lot. It's got the T Pen, which is an additional accessory capability. This is like a special case that it can mount into the side, so it doesn't come like that. Otherwise, it's just freeform. And then the other thing that this has that most phones in this category do not have, it has a 3x optical periscope zoom lens on the back.
Nice.
And so,
and look at that bump.
Yeah, here, let me pop it out of the case just to give you a sense of the actual display or device itself.
Yeah, it's giving me, I think it's giving a lot of us Nexus 7, but a little bit, a bit narrower vibes in terms of like the height.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, it's huge. 7.2 inches. What was the Nexus 7? I don't believe was even that tall. I don't know what's that tall, but 7.2 is like, when I unboxed this, especially after coming from the Pixel 10 Pro, which is not even the
XL,
XL,
my goodness. Yeah, it's like
very, very
in
different.
Freedom units, like a half an inch, it's a quarter of an inch taller, something like that. Yeah,
it's a big phone. Like I actually, I noticed when I put this in my pocket, I was like, oh, that's a lot of phone in my pocket. Got to be careful I don't like bend it when I sit down or whatever, But anyways, I'm glad I got the opportunity to check it out. I have checked out Nxtpaper devices before. A tablet that I think I showed off on the show a few months back.
Yeah.
That tablet is getting regular use in this house right now. It's a very popular tablet. And then another lower end Nxtpaper device, which is really, as far as smartphones with Nxtpaper are concerned, that's kind of where their Nxtpaper display has ended up as a nice differentiator for the low end. And so this is their first device bringing it to what they call an Ultra. But this isn't really ultra in the sense of like specs and stuff, as far as like processor and that sort of stuff. You're not getting, the latest Qualcomm. You're getting a MediaTek Dimensity 7400, 12 gigs of RAM. Not horrible, but not like top tier, definitely not ultra premium compared to a lot of other devices. Here, what they mean with ultra is you got the display, the massive size is very ultra, right?
Yeah,
and some of those other features like the pen and the periscope, so you get some extra features there too.
I really think TCL needs to collab with T-Pain on like some kind of like advertising or something, and he can sing about.
Yeah, I can't.
Can't do autotune. Can't
imitate
do
autotune. I'm sure there are people who can, but I cannot.
Yeah, as someone who loves e-ink, I know we're both are e-ink fans. Like there are certain things that e-ink are great for. I love like my Remarkable tablet to write on, but I did get a book to try to like read at night with e-ink, and it's just the flashing and the e-ink refresh drives me nuts. So I think if you're looking for something that is e-ink like, but that is actually still, I don't know what you would call it, non-e-ink technology, because the flashing does kind of the e-ink refresh gets to you. I mean, I would love to pick one of those up, to be honest, and see if it can compete with my books for my blue light. Oh man, that is a bump.
Yeah, it's a bump.
It's a bump.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of like a texture around it too, so it almost feels like you could either twist it or like attach an attachment to it, but you can't. I was just kind of flipping this around to show you like this switch. That's the switch.
The paper switch.
Flick the switch. And actually it's kind of cool because the max ink mode, which is definitely a battery saver mode too, like it really ramps down what the device can do so that you can focus and whatever and stretch out your battery for literal days. it can be, you can set your phone up so it's as easy as just flick the switch and it goes right into that max sync mode. So you don't even need to take it out of your pocket. It's kind of like when you're out and about on town and you don't need that, you know that you won't need this phone for an hour. You can just flick the switch for the next hour, and then when you're ready, and you're still going to get your notifications. You're still going to get, like, if a phone call comes in, you'll be notified, and you'll know. Mm-hmm. But it's just like like a very on-demand way to ramp down and up your phone and stretch your battery out for days. It's kind of cool. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to head back to XR World real quick to finish up hardware with just a couple little rumors. So I know a lot of people are wondering when Muhan's coming out. So we have a little bit of Muhan. When do we get at the Muhan? Show us the Muhan. And it's possible. So I think we've already mentioned that there is a rumored upcoming something unpacked event on September 29th, although we're not sure. But now a rumor via ET News, which is a South Korean like tech and news site, has said that possibly October 21st might be the launch date for both Project Muhan, or as well possibly a pair of AI smart glasses. Kind of touching back to like maybe in the realm of like where Meta and the Ray-Bans are playing. But again, this is all kind of rumor for now. So I suppose somewhere between September 29th and possibly October 21st, we will finally hear about what's up with Muhan and possibly the actual Samsung smart glasses. And then to kind of go along with that, I know we're all waiting for the trifold, the Z trifold, because we ain't seen it. And we were kind of wondering, well, maybe they won't bring it here because obviously other Samsung, especially for these kind of like more niche, let's say, form factors and kind of some of their other models, they have predominantly been releasing them mostly in their domestic market, Korea, as well as China. But a source to CNN said that they are considering releasing the trifold in the US, especially given, I think, the success. It seems to be that given the success of the Z Fold 7, there is a chance that if you have $3,000 something or whatever the price would be, you could maybe get your trifold. Sort of also talking about the price, just to ping back to the Muhan. I think we've already talked about this, but just to reiterate, the rumors are that the Android XR headset from Samsung will be between $1,800 and $2,800 USD. So there are your big ticket item rumors from Samsung.
Man, these are pricey devices. Yeah, trifold. Okay, so then what does the Z Fold 7 cost? Is that pushing $2,000?
It's pushing $2,000. I think on average it's $2,000. I think if you get the base, it's still like almost $1,900. And then certainly I got not the actual spec'd out one, but I think the spec'd out one could be bordering on $2,200. I forget. Minus trade-ins and stuff.
All right. So then to that end, if there really was a trifold, it's going to be more than the twofold.
Mm-hmm.
And so at least $2,500, if not $2,800. Or know what I mean? I'm just trying to think of like what that would actually be. That is a lot of money for a smartphone. But I guess, we $1,000 still is a lot of money for a smartphone, but the scale has maybe warped our thinking around this. It's also an early adopter tax.
Yes.
You're like one of the first people with a trifold.
Yes. I definitely will not be rushing out to buy one, but I think people were just kind of maybe thinking out loud that it's possible that Samsung, wants to continue being leading in innovation, whereas we're hearing a lot of rumors of like Apple finally creating some kind of foldable device next year. So it's possible that this could just be a play to be like keeping their I guess lead in the space or keeping their kind of like torch-bearing role in the foldable space in the US. So we will see.
Yeah.
What's going to happen?
Interesting. Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. We'll see. And we'll let you know once we know.
Mm-hmm.
Stay right where you are. Don't move. Because if you move, you might miss the rest of the show. Or maybe what you're doing is moving and you're listening to us in earbuds. Whatever. Just keep listening. We'll be right back on the other side of this little block of ads. And then we will talk about some app news, some of which is going to be changing your Google Play very, very soon. All right, some app news. Time for it. What you got, Win?
All right. Well, it seems that your Google Play will be getting a lot of gamer love. If you're someone who loves to play games on Google Play, Google Play is here for you to bring a lot of enhancements to improve your user journey. Maybe that's a little bit too much of a techie term for you, but yes, there's a lot of enhancements coming for Google Play. I believe they are starting to roll out today, September 23rd. So maybe if you happen to see some of these, let us know. I haven't seen it yet, even though I haven't quite an avid mobile gamer. But yes, a couple things. There's this new feature called Play Games Sidekick, which is going to be a new overlay, in-game overlay, which provides you relevant gaming info and actually gives you access to Gemini Live while you're playing a game. So if you're playing, I don't know, Genshin Impact and have no idea what you're doing, maybe you could ask Gemini for a little bit of advice, kind of like in real time to help you. Someone, I think in the promo video they have someone playing a soccer game. So it could be like, Gemini, I don't understand the rules of soccer. Please tell me what to do. But yeah, I think the idea is to kind of create a very gamer focused, but also a continuous experience for gaming on an Android device. So that is your sidekick, literally your companion for your gaming adventures, tips and in-game guidance. Google is also trying to make Google Play a bit more kind of fun and maybe competitive in a good way with Play Games leagues. This is where you just compete for Play point rewards and engage with the Play community. So it looks like what you're going to be doing is that there are going to be leagues for different games and you can compete, earn points, as well as actual Play point rewards. The first league is starting October 10th with the game Subway Surfers. Am I reading that right? Yep, Subway Surfers, and will run until October 23rd. So really trying to sponsor and encourage, kind of more community and more like competitive events, which definitely brings gamers together. And also, Google Play Games on PC is officially coming out of beta to general availability with a catalog of over 200,000 titles for both mobile and PC. Recent additions include Mecha Break, Subnautica, Monster Train, and Enter the Gungeon. Is that correct? Enter the Gungeon. Enter the Gungeon.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. And one of the pinnacles of this new redesign is the You tab. It's all about you. It's about you. We want to put you at the center of the experiences. And so it's a new space dedicated to kind of like a lot of different things. But it has curated content. It has like rewards, your subscriptions, recommendations for you, stats and updates, your achievements, all kind of things. And they have a new gamer profile as well, which again shows all of these different things, which will be kind of central to the You experience. So yeah, again, just more cohesiveness, more kind of like bringing kind of like the different parts of like your mobile gaming experience into one place. And then also in Google Play, there's a lot of app tab improvements. They're really trying to focus on, having new spaces where they can promote and display entertainment as well as kind of more seasonal things, like, and definitely very regional. For example, the examples they gave are like entertainment dedicated, for example, in Korea, maybe like spaces dedicated to dramas and television, maybe seasonal things for like the holidays. And yeah, just different kind of things. There's also guided search as well, which is a little bit more of what you kind of think of as like an AI enabled search, a little more like, natural language, help you find the app that you need because there's way too many apps in the App Store and searching can be a bear. So with guided search, you can ask for things like find a home or search for deck building games, which I absolutely love. And it will try to organize relevant apps into categories to make finding what you need a little bit more simple and intuitive. And yeah, so this integrated gaming platform with the U-Tab will start rolling out this week, September 23rd, and in select Play Points markets with additional countries added on October 1st. So that is the user side of things.
I'm checking right now. I'm like, is it there? Is it there? No, no, I don't have it.
I mean, I feel like if you don't spend a lot of time in Google Play, you might feel or meh about this, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of what came up for me this morning. We actually talked about this on the Daily Tech News Show, me and Tom Merritt, and that was kind of my question. He was like, well, how do you feel about this? I'm like, I rarely open up the Play Store anymore. Unless the only time I open up the Play Store is if I have a very specific need. I don't, just like glance around there and look for insights and blah, blah, blah. Like I need to install that app. Go there, install it. I'm out. And I wonder if there's a broader, because we've talked a lot in the past about kind of maybe a decline in app usage or a decline in app exploration. It's kind of like at this point, people, the era of, oh my goodness, there's an app for everything. I want to check them all out. Like, feels like we're not quite there anymore.
Yeah.
We're a lot more educated about what we like, what we use, what we don't like and stuff. So there isn't a whole lot, as much anyways, I feel, discovery of apps going on or desire to discover. But maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm totally alone on an island on that. And so I wonder if these features are really meant to like spur that and get people in there more.
Yeah, I think the guided search with the kind of AI assistance, because searching for apps is very, it's like looking for your particular drop of water in the ocean. It can feel very like intimidating, and also of course on Android you have to be very careful of duplicate apps and faux apps and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully that would be, but I get what you're saying. Like I think it's hard because I don't consume in the Google Play Store this way. I pretty much find apps that I want in other ways, whether that's from articles that we read, from recommendations from friends. And it's very utilitarian. I go to the Google Play Store. I mean, I didn't even open the Google Play Store on my phone anymore. I think I usually use the web interface. Like, sure, install it on this phone. So, I think I think it might be a way for them to kind of get eyeballs back, especially kind of like some of these more like regional things, like trying to appeal to what each region tends to focus on, or like specialties in each region, whether it's like K-dramas or like I think even they mentioned comics for Japan, and trying to engender that interest. But yeah, I think you're right. I think at least for us, the way we consume or find apps is a little bit different. So maybe they're just trying to pull our eyeballs back. I don't know. Yeah. To kind of go along with that, this is more of a dev side, and we don't have to go into this in too more detail, but to encourage and to assist game developers in being discovered, but also in promoting kind of quality experiences for players, as well as kind of helping, new games develop kind of more from the business side. Google is introducing the Google Play Games Level Up program. So it's a little hard to parse because it's kind of like an announcement. They don't have a lot of things kind of solid yet. But I mean, just generally the idea is it's a very Google announcement where a lot of it is just guidelines on things that a high quality game should have, like high quality achievements that are engaging to the user, that makes the user want to play a little bit more, encouraging games to have cross-device gameplay, which is also, kind of important thing, as well as, just good sign-in experiences and being able to, and also having a game take part in things like, all the rewards and achievement, like kind of just being games that participate very fully in the Google Play experience from all those aspects, whether that's like the rewards and everything and the achievements. So that's what the program is. And it seems like if you enter the program and you kind of build these apps towards this kind of like, rewarding player journeys, these like kind of very full and well-developed player journeys, you're going to get better visibility in the Play Store and better promotion in different spaces. So that's basically what it is. It's starting to roll out in Play Console today, and they have released the user experience guidelines and like kind of the different benefits that that adhering to each of these guidelines pertain to. But yeah, it's a very, I don't know how else to explain it, but it's a very, very Google developer program where they're trying to steer people to do high quality things and trying to give them benefits that are to be fair, things that Google, being the people that own Google Play Store and that can conceptually get people's eyeballs on your game, can provide like again, like that promotion and that kind of like spotlighting within the Google Play Store. So that's what that is. If you're a Google Play games developer or of any kind, and you're curious or have negative or positive thoughts about it, write us in Andrew, or contact at andrewfields.com and let us know. But yeah, that's that.
Interesting. So it's kind of like if you build it, they will come sort of thing. Do you think they will come?
I think so. So broadly speaking, I think if you have a game that's kind of hard. I don't know. Possibly. If you build it, maybe they will come. kind of thing. I'm not sure. I think it's always like with these kind of things, it's like theoretical, right? Like, hey, like people like achievements. So if they see that they get a cool achievement in Google Play at playing your game, they might want to continue playing, or it just might spark that like little gamification, like little endorphin hit. But I don't know, because a lot of times real life is not that simple. And like the business of game, I mean, I'm not even gonna. I don't really know what the business side of games especially is, but I don't know. I don't think it could hurt. If you're already doing these things, I don't think it could hurt. But I mean, cross-device gameplay is kind of a big ask for, you know what I mean? Like some of these are big asks, like developing high quality achievements and coming up with cool progressions or little Easter eggs that are associated with them don't seem like a horrible lift. But hey, you know, like you'll do better if you're like cross-device. Like that's a very, just the whole program is interesting, but it's very Google to me.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, in other app news, Google is apparently on the cusp of rolling out call recording support for Pixel devices. This would be a big deal. It's a shift from a ban on the feature. Google really hasn't allowed this before. I mean, some apps, I suppose you could get through the Play Store to do this over the years, but building it specifically into Pixel devices, call recording hasn't been there as far as I'm aware anyways. And this is an update that's set to apply to Pixel 6 and newer devices. It will be implemented, apparently, according to regional law. So India appears to be the first confirmed market. Does seem like maybe the US will not have access because, you know, these laws, I think, vary by state. Different states have different rules around informed consent, you know, around recording calls and that sort of stuff. So that might be just an effort to, you know, stave off any potential overstep or whatever. But no list of the markets yet. So that could be wrong. That could be false. But support pages already being updated. Call recording on Pixel devices coming soon. We already have Pixel devices contextualizing calls from an AI perspective, but that's not really like a call recording. That's just the AI system, which I have not used. I have not used that. Have you used that? I haven't tried that yet. I haven't found myself in a situation, I guess, where I remember to use it. I'm sure I've had situations where it would have been helpful, but I just haven't remembered to do it. But, you know, it's not like it's recording. My understanding, it's not that it's recording on your device that call. It's the AI is listening and contextualizing, and that's it. So, anyways, so this would be a change. This would be a big deal. Are you nonplussed? You're like, I don't care. Do you care? Do you care if someone records a call? Like,
I mean, I do care, but
yeah, I mean, I care, but also at the same time, like in this day and age, so much of our lives are on blast that, like, does it matter that much? I don't know. As Ron would say, I'm not that interesting. And Ron loves to say that about things like this. I don't know that I entirely agree with that perspective. When he says that, sometimes I'm like,
so my general feeling is like, I think like I've been too complacent, and I think at this point I don't want to cede more of my information and privacy to Google.
It's like, seriously, this also
is also, but I also, and maybe this is like our demographic. I'm not on the phone that much anymore. So it's weird because I think, you know, more broadly, like I'm used to pretty much everyone transcribing things with AI on calls at work. So I think there is part of me that's a little like nonplussed about it and like whatever, but I'm still nervous about it, especially voice. And I just don't take calls that often. So I just never use this, you know, so I don't really feel the need to use it, but
I mean, I don't know. Like, you know, having a meeting with someone, I'm usually meeting with them like in a video call now. And so, you know, there are easy systems built into recording. And, you know, even if you record through Zoom, it announces it, you know, so you know that it's being recorded. It's being recorded. And so I don't find myself in very many phone calls that need a lot of that I feel the need to record. If I was to record them, it would be because there's information that I don't want to forget. It's not from a negative, I'm going to get you perspective. It's just that my brain, I have a hard time holding on to a lot of details in things like meetings and stuff. And so recording and then contextualizing after the fact is really helpful for my brain. And, but yeah, I don't really know. I don't know that I would recognize the moment when I would need to do this before it happens.
According to comments in the Android Authority write-up, one person claims that they might have it and that it does notify both parties in the call that the call is being recorded and does record audio, as well as has a AI generated, of course. AI generates transcription and summary is available.
Yeah.
So it seems that they do notify you. So that's a good thing.
Yeah. And the settings that was shared on Reddit says turn on call recording, asks to record calls.
So sorry, my bad. I kind of missed that a little bit.
No, I just saw record
calls. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's for, so that, I guess I don't
automatically record calls with non-contacts.
Ooh, what?
Automatically record calls with these numbers.
But then how do those ask to record calls? So if you have both of those things turned on, ask to record calls and automatically record calls with non-contacts, I don't understand how these two things.
Well, I mean, I would imagine what that means is call comes through from non-contact. You answer, the first thing it says is, this call is being recorded or whatever. And then you talk, that would be my guess. I don't actually know, but turning on call recording will allow you to activate the features during a call, which enables the recording of your phone conversation. This stays on your device. By using call recording, you agree to the terms of service. You can turn off call recording in settings. You can delete your recordings in home. That doesn't really tell us the behavior there, but yeah, interesting. Nonetheless, hasn't been there. Sounds like it will be soon. Might not even be there in the US,
Yeah. All right.
Well, complicated here.
If we're being fuddy-duddies about it, let us know. If you have a really compelling use case where you use it and you need it and it's necessary and you're waiting to get it, let us know. Contact at androidfaithful.com.
Yeah. All right. Round us out.
All right. Well, we have something from our very own Mashal Rahman and his colleague over at Android Authority, very famous APK insider, looking at both of these folks looking into Android things and finding out what is ahead in the Android space. And that would be Androidify, and not just Androidify because it's already out, but it looks like from some things that Assemble Debug found that, if you have Androidify, which is the new AI powered app that allows you to make your very own Android or Android bug droid out of a picture of you so that it is your Android avatar. It looks like Google is working on a way for you to take that Androidified you and actually send it to your Wear OS device. They actually were able to unlock it. Now it's functioning inside of the Androidify app. It's just not enabled yet. But if you go to the Michelle's write-up on AndroidAuthority.com, you can see that he has already managed to export his own very personal Android onto his. Is that the OnePlus Watch 3 or 2?
No, what is that?
Oh wait, that's a bevel.
That's got to be a Galaxy Watch.
Yeah, it's a Squircle. Okay.
Yeah, it's a Squircle.
Oh, that's a classic. Okay, so that's the classic. Yeah. That's the Galaxy Watch Classic. Yes, but you can see that Michelle has exported his Androidify onto his. Looks like a Galaxy Watch Classic with the bezel and the Squircle. But yeah, that's it. There's a really nice little flow. If you go there, you can see that there is a very nice flow from inside of customizing your Android to exporting it. And it does show you, oh, there we go, Galaxy Watch 8 Classic in the screenshot, so we can see exactly what watch Michelle is wearing. And there's actually different options on how to have your Android kind of pop up as a watch face. You do have to grant the app permission to, send the watch face to your watch. But it's a very convenient little flow when you export it. You get some options. You get a little kind of progress for as it's being sent and a little permission sheet. So yeah, really cute feature if you want to take your little personal Android and put on your watch.
Nice. I took this story as a reason to throw this selfie that I just took into Androidify, and I ended up with that.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm wearing headphones. I got a little microphone in my hand.
That's adorable.
But I don't have a watch to throw it on. I mean, yeah. I do have a watch, but it's the OnePlus Watch 3. So So I'm just going to have to wait. Oh, there I am.
It is cute. Okay, well, if you wanted a new watch face, there you go. And thank you, our very own Michelle Ramon. And of course, intrepid APK Insight type person assembled debug for that.
Indeed. All right, few pieces of contact feedback, whatever you want to call it, contact at androidfaithful.com. If you want to get involved in the show, you can hit us up there. You can also find us on social, which is what this first one that we're going to show off here was. And let me share it here real quick. You'll see why. David Gerbino on X sent us a tweet, and it was created with the Flow tool by Google. And it's a shot of an Android Faithful coffee mug. David says, I got a new coffee mug today. Thank you, Android Faithful, for an awesome podcast. And David animated the bug to have the bug droid bursting out of the mug in a Kool-Aid sort of way and walk towards the camera. There's a little bit of weirdness in the walking cadence, but hey, it looks good to me.
I kind of like there's like a trap door in our mug where an Android will come out, a bug door will come out at you. I like it.
Love it.
David, thank you so much. That's wonderful.
Thank you for sending that on X, on Twitter, whatever you want to call it.
All right. And we have to wrap up an email for you. And it is from Ron, not Ron Richards, a different Ron. Hi, Android Faithful crew. I thought I would follow up on a comment I made during the live chat about the camera quality of the Pixel 10 Pro XL. I had said that the quality was terrible when I went to a concert. I think they must have fixed something in the last update. I went to a show last night and it was a huge difference. Pictures look great and video too. The only thing that's lacking now is when pictures are taken when recording video. They still wind up blurry when they didn't on my S25 Ultra. Signed, Ron Johnson.
They still wind up blurry where they didn't on my S25 Ultra.
Interesting.
Interesting, Ron. Not the Ron Richards, but the Ron Johnson. Thank you for sending that in.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad to hear that it's better. Given the feedback and stuff. Did you like the, hold on. Oh no, it was Flo that had was it Flo that had a bad experience with using her Pixel 10 Pro at a concert? One of us did.
Yeah. No, I think it was Flo. Yes. Although, Ron also went to a bunch of concerts. Could have been both of them, honestly. Flo took the foldable. She took the flip or the fold to some concert this summer, this outdoor concert. She said it was horrible for that. Maybe that's what you're talking about. But I know Ron has had like the month of shows, and he had been trying to use the super res zoom to take pictures and was not happy with the results. And it's like, well, yeah, don't do that. That AI model is not tuned for that. If you do that, they will look bad. They will look bad. So don't do that. But you gotta try, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to hear that they're working on it. So we'll see. And not the super zoomy, not the super 100x zoom, but that in general that they're working on the quality and that it's a software update.
Yeah.
Yay, 2025, where your camera gets better with software.
Yeah, totally. That's pretty awesome.
All right.
Reach the end. Win. Take us out.
Okay. Well, then I have to pass it back to you, Jason.
Oh.
What do you want people to know about what you're doing?
Well, okay, so hold on. I'm going to vamp a little bit because I'm going to do a blatant bit of self-promotion. I have a favor to ask everyone. I have a big, big favor to ask of you. This is my channel. This is my YouTube channel with a bunch of vidIQ stats that aren't even accurate. Let me hide that. 9.99 thousand subscribers. I am at 9,992 subscribers. I want 10,000. It's a round number. It's a nice round number. You cannot deny the power of a nice round number. And I am like 6, maybe 7 subscribers away from it right now. So I'm using the platform that I have to beg you, please, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please just go to YouTube and search for Jason Howell and subscribe. I appreciate it. Okay, that's all. That's all I got.
Okay. No, we should all. No, I was trying to see if I wanted to have like a dramatic moment where
where it like switched over.
Yeah, where I subscribe to you or something. Well, actually, I just subscribe to you on my other account as well. So you have one extra one from me.
Does it? Will it automatic? Here, let me refresh.
I was hoping. I just added one, and I was hoping. Nah. Okay.
Oh, it's so close.
Okay, maybe we need like
so close.
Like 10 more. Wait, am I reading that right? You need like 10 more people or something. 9.99.
Well, this is 9.99, but I know it's more than that because if I go to my studio account, it tells here. I'm gonna take this off because I don't want to show my whole studio account. But my studio, and this version of my, it's all complicated for some reason. This turned into a lot more than I anticipated. Okay. You tell me where you want people to go, and then I'll follow up.
Okay. Well, please subscribe. I guess I'll take my time to say, please subscribe to Jason's channel. He does a lot of really awesome stuff. Much more than I do. So, you can kind of see stuff I do at randomlytyping.com, but go to Jason's YouTube page as well. There's a lot more better content over at Jason's. So yes. And don't forget that we have for our patrons after hours where we talk about those 2 patron picks that we didn't talk about during the regular show. And that would be, it was about how 128 gigabytes of RAM might not be enough in this AI era, as well as how, again, speaking of AI, if you'd like to run your LLMs a little more privately, a little more offline, we're going to talk about those stories in after hours, as well as a couple other things from the week of the news stories that we did not get to tonight. So if you're interested in continuing to hear Jason and I talk and occasionally sing and occasionally Google things about Jamie Lee Curtis, if you needed more of that, there's always a tangent I didn't see coming, by the way. If you needed all that, After Hours is the place for you, and that is available to our patrons. Which tier is after? Is it any tier of paying patron that has After Hours?
No, After Hours I think is $10 and above. Yeah, it's a higher tier because it's an extra show a week. It really is. It's 20 to 30 minutes of extra Android talk each and every week.
Well, there you go. If that sounds good to you, we will see. And you're already a patron, we'll see you there. If not, consider subscribing and supporting us over at patreon.com/Android Faithful. But that is us for the main show for this week. Just me and Jason. And of course, all of you who are listening and watching and participating with us. Thank you so much to the live chat. Y'all are always so fun to get to hang out with every week. And every week, this podcast publishes on Tuesday evening. Don't forget, subscribe. You can also subscribe to us at androidfaithful.com, our website, where Flo, Ron, Michelle, and Jason are always doing great content. Me, sorry, my day job has just been terrible.
You're busy.
But yeah, just. But yeah, for really good content, though, androidfaithful.com is where a lot of the crew write a lot of great stuff for you. Contact at androidfaithful.com. Anything you want to share with us, show us, tell us about, or complain about, we're there for you. And we'll see you very soon on Android Faithful with your Android 5. Ooh.
Yay!
I was just like, it's like my brain has tuned to shut off when I hear the Android Faithful. It is like, okay, you're done now. That was it. No more outro for you.
I've noticed you talk right up to that thing, then you're like, oh, I guess I'm not talking anymore.
It's just like an off switch.
That thing turned off the switch. I'm done.
Like, but
I don't know that I finished what I was saying, but whatever. So close. 9995. That's where it's at.
9995.
So close, y'all. So close. It'll happen. I'm not worried. I just decided to be blatant this week.
No. It's deserved. You're making so much good content, and
it's a delineation. It's like it's a nice round number. Honestly, 10,000 was my goal for the year. My goal for the year at the beginning of the year, I said by the end of the year, like I set a bunch of goals for myself, and one of them was 10,000. So it's going to happen. It's going to happen probably tomorrow. I'm guessing it'll happen tomorrow after the publish podcast.
Okay, so I have way too many accounts in my YouTube. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 accounts under YouTube, and I subscribe to you on 5 of them.
Game in the system.
It's awful when
take it.
we watch TV and we have to switch accounts. My husband Josh has just one account. Meanwhile, my face is there like 5 times.
Because do you have different avatars for each, denoting kind of like how they have different focuses?
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
No.
Like my personal account is me wearing sunglasses because, like personal. And then my business account is my business avatar. And then I have a music account that isn't really public. That's just what I log into when I want to watch YouTube content on music production.
Smart.
So that the algorithm is just entirely about that. And so I end up finding things easily. Pretty smart to do on YouTube, actually. Have different avatars or different accounts for different interests.
Nope, that would be the smart thing to do, except nope, but just on our TV, it's my same picture with the little pink paint on my face like 3 or 4 times. My husband's like, what's happening? I was like, I don't know, baby. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Well, let's pick a title, and then we got to get to our
after
hours.
Hours.
The top pick is Android code dumpster diving. I did quite like that.
That is nice. I like that very much.
Dumpster diving in Android's code, hearing something from nothing headphones, Pixel calling on a recorded line, Material 3 expressive cousins. Oh, okay. Samsung, Android's partner, but Apple curious.
Yes.
I think that's true. First world OS problems. Super mic from nothing. Excuse me. I suddenly had like a hiccup burp. Apologies. Super mic from nothing. TCL tickle me.
I like it. Tickle me. It's TCL tickle. Like if you wanted to.
Okay. Works when you read it out loud. And as long as you read their company as Tickle and not TCL, which is what their company actually is. Anyway, Google, I appreciate the effort. Google Nxtpaper, Google greeting gamers, do glasses phenomenon. Do glasses. What am I missing? That's probably like a meme. There's probably
we need like a meme, or we need a song title with which to sing into the melody.
Do banana phone. No, that's not it. Yeah, I don't know. Hello, fellow shiz.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Android 16 QPR2 preview. Going straight. I like it. Flip buttons to taste. Is that a phone in your pocket? A lot of phone in the pocket. XR rumor roundup. Nice. And the price increases will continue until morale improves.
Oh my God. Preach on that one, Clinton. My goodness. Yep.
Yeah. Dumpster diving. Android code dumpster diving.
Let's do it.
Dumpster diving for Android code, or Android code dumpster diving. Sure. Why not? Clinton, you win.
Hooray! Clinton. Good job.
Do I have a sound effect that is a clap?
Bah, bah, bah. Sorry, that wasn't a clap.
This is the coolest thing ever.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Is that another Apple glass or Google Glasses related?
Thing ever.
Yeah, that is from yes.
Okay.
That is from the same.
Holy cow!
Yeah, those are two taken from the same moment.
Amazing.
Oh, that whole clip gives me joy.
Amazing.
All right, I need to add more sound effects here. We need like a clap, like a golf clap, something.
Should record one live.
All right. Well, we're done. We're going to do our after hours so that you have something fun to check out later when we finally publish it. But thank you, everybody, so very much for being with us. And yes, Pack and W, have a great rest of your week, too. And yeah, we'll see you next time.
Next time.
Fun times, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.